Yo, so what is up with you guys here today? This is your boy Wale, aka Wallbot 5000, and what we're going to talk about here today is why I think you personally shouldn't get the Sony A7 III. Now, without further ado, my name is Wale. I'm a Chicagoland photographer. If you want to go see the cool portraits, minimalism, and all that cool stuff that I do, go ahead and check down in the links below. But without further ado, let's get into the reason we made this video. What we're going to talk about is why I think you should not get the Sony A7 III, or why you should question yourself in getting the Sony A7 III, Sony A7R III. I'm not going to include the A7S III when it drops, because the Sony A7S line, in my opinion, is completely different from the main lines of the A7Rs and the A7. I'm going to give you a little backstory of my opinion and why I kind of led to this conclusion. Here right now is my Sony A7R II, probably regarded as, in my opinion, the moment when people started realizing, okay, Sony is taking over, was with the A7R II. The A7 II, which is what I'm shooting on now, which is my main camera, is a great camera, don't get me wrong, but this is the camera that the hype kind of took it over the edge, as allowing people to realize, okay, Sony is the real deal. I bought this camera because of the hype. I really did. I had the Sony A7R before that, and getting this camera felt like that new jittery, like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't wait for my work to get up to that level of the people that I admire so much, because I have the Sony A7R II, right? That's what everyone thinks. I know I thought that when I had the Nikon 3200 and I finally got the Nikon D750. And I thought, man, this is finally my break. This is finally my chance to make great content, make great work, make great portraits, get better shots, right? But truth be told, I got this camera and it really made a lot of my work take a step back. And I know what you're thinking, how does that make any sense? Well, I started relying so much more on in-camera specs of the Sony A7R II that I forgot about the fundamentals of photography. Also, the specs of this camera did not work well for the kind of styles that I was shooting, simply because the Sony A7R II, with the high megapixel count, it doesn't really allow for a lot of low light situations for me to get the greatest shots while still maintaining a sharp image. How does that tie into the Sony A7 III? It ties in because nowadays these cameras are so great that you even upgrading from the camera that you have now truly isn't necessary. I know everything with the Sony line is kind of being pushed with the hype of people on social media and influencers and YouTube creators ourselves saying, hey, we want to review the next big camera. But to be honest and fairly truthful, a lot of these cameras you don't need to spend $2,000 on a new camera. You need to spend more money at a workshop. You need to spend more money learning how to become a better artist, and that's what's going to help take your work to the next level. So my opinion on why you shouldn't get the Sony A7 III or the Sony A7R III is not because they're bad cameras. Don't mistake that from what the approach I'm taking here. The approach I'm saying is that you becoming a better photographer, better video editor, does not come from the camera. It comes from your own skill. And that's something that you should be spending more money or more investment in learning how to become better than your new Sony or your new Canon Mark D5, Nikon 8100. There's just so many great cameras out there that you can honestly get for a budget, for a steal. It just really isn't worth the investment anymore to spend the big bucks on. If you're looking to become a better artist, it's really not there. There's so many better ways to improve your photography skills rather than just getting a new shiny toy that you've been influenced to buy by YouTubers. So that's why I think you shouldn't get the Sony A7 III. We all know the specs, 24 megapixels, over 500 autofocus points, but we also don't know the specs of how much you've invested in becoming a better artist. So those are my tips. If you have any other reasons, or if you have a story of your own personal reason as why you don't have, or what your experience was with the Sony A7R III, go ahead and write it in the comment section down below. Or if you love that camera, let me know too. I just want to hear from you guys and hear your thoughts on your opinions of why you should or shouldn't get the Sony A7R III. And without that being said, my name is Wale, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.